Hello, everyone. I am going full conspiracy theory right now because I've been thinking. I'm looking at these people and I'm hearing what they're saying. These what you call them, bootleg politicians. I'm not mentioning no names because it don't matter what their rap is. I was just thinking, we've been talking a lot about. Well, they've been talking a lot about um, that place where they've been keeping aliens. What was the name of it? Uh, oh shoot. Mm. I'm wondering, are these aliens that is running the country right now? I mean, just look at that Volvi guy who they said just got confirmed to a lifetime position. I look at him. I look at Trump. I look at the other ones, and they where I heard somebody try to say that about the Democrats, but it don't matter who they are. Where did they come from? Because I know the camera can be unkind to some people, but let me see. It's really weird. It's really weird what's going on. Let me see. Alien top secret. I hate when you try to write something in this. I'm trying to find out what's the name of that place that they was okay. Oh, Area 51 is a highly classified United States Air Force facility within the Nevada Test and Training Range in southern Nevada. I mean, because for these people to sit up here and our face and commit crimes and lie, is nothing being done about it. If I was accused of being a child trafficker or a child molester or whatever, I would be arrested, even if I was accused of it. But politicians, these politicians, are to it for some reason. Like it says in the World Atlas, Area 51 is a mysterious place in the United States. Well, it's really weird. It's really weird what's going on. And it's downright scary. But we should not let it diminish our way of life, the way we do stuff, and how we feel, and how we take care of our kids, and making plans, because it's easy to do, and we see that happening. Yeah, a lot of people can't handle this uh tsunami of bad news and all this craziness. How do somebody comprehend that the president of the United States is being accused of being a pedophile and nobody's doing nothing about it, and other people accused of it? And that is something that should warrant a very swift and demanding opposition, because people have been accused of stuff like that falsely over the years. Mothers have accused fathers of touching their daughters just to get back at them or put them in jail. I mean, this is nothing to play with. This is serious stuff. And if you look at it, and they don't want to face it, but poor white girls are expendable. They just something to abuse, to work out their perverted fantasies on. They want to sexually abuse the white girls, and they want to put the black girls in the field. That's one of their missions. And you know what I realized? Who's really running this country? Entertainment. The elites of the entertainment business. Because if you look at it, you see it in the entertainment business, and then you see it in real life. We have had so many movies about pedophiles and child trafficking. Look at um, and who runs the entertainment business. It's been taken over. It's not really like it used to be when it first started. Because every time you open that phone, every time you leave the house, every time you open up your laptop, and what distracts you more than anything? The entertainment business. And I heard somebody complain about this soap opera, that it has so many commercials. What's up with that? Well, for one thing, if you have a lot of commercials, you don't have to have your your show is not going to be that long, and it's really for those shows that are really not paying that well. The entertainers are not being paid that well. Most of the characters probably have to have two jobs, because see, when you're in the entertainment business, you got to keep up this persona that you got a lot of money, you're making a lot of money. Why on earth would a family of four needs a 15 bedroom home, or 10 bedroom home? So just to keep up that distraction going, we have to get we have to stop being distracted by the entertainment business. We have to stop being distracted about what's going on around us, and we need to focus on the future, our goals, our family. I looked at something yesterday was just, oh, it is so sad. Would be on my feed and my YouTube. Everything is murder, 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 murder. And I came across this thing that happened back in 1975. This 15-year-old black boy overdosed on heroin. And I've talked about it plenty of times that is one of our distractions that keep us from reaching our goals, to keep us from having that infrastructure, that family that we all so desire. And mention a family, I'm gonna talk about mine. I got one of the dumbest families on the planet. And I hate to say that because I know there's plenty of people out there could prove me wrong, but I only know about mine. Uh, I have sisters, and we don't talk. None of us talk to each other. So that means we can't get nothing together. And I blame my mother and father because we grew up in a home that was not family oriented. Everybody was separate. Uh, we couldn't show feelings. We weren't allowed to have feelings. Uh, we didn't do anything as a family. So that has been who we are. And I know they knew that. So why would they leave their home to the family and why this is coming up? This been happening. This been like going on 3 years ago. My mother died first, and then my father died like 3 years ago. And now it came to the point where um, at first somebody was living in the house, but we couldn't even get together to figure out how to maintain the house because this house is like 1,000 miles away from me. And I don't talk to my sisters. They don't talk to me. I don't even know how to get in touch with them. So I just got a letter saying that the taxes weren't being paid because my nephew is living in it now, rent free, and he can't even pay the taxes. And my dumbass sister, his mom, that stays next door, Just let them get away with everything. So she went and paid it. Now here we is about to lose this house because they don't want to pay the taxes. We can't get together to talk about how to maintain the house. So I'm like, why don't we just sell this house? First, we got to get it put in our name. It's been over 3 years and it's still in my mom's house. My father's name. Yeah. And then they're going to have, for some reason, they left a will and put to his kids. I got two brothers that I haven't seen in 40 years or more. We don't have no idea where they at. So now we got to go through that crap, trying to, what you have to go through. So, but nobody's talking to each other. And I'm thinking, I'm going to tell my sister, because she's getting older. She's been in and out of the hospital. If something happened to you, what you think going to happen to that house? What's going to happen to your house? And she going to have the nerve to say, I'm not worried about my house. What you mean you ain't worried about your house? Oh, I just want to sell the house so I don't have to speak to these people ever. Because it's better that way. But I'm thinking, if we don't get this house, we're going to wind up losing it. And it's worth a pretty penny because my father bought the land next to the house because he didn't want neighbors too close. And then they had a good garden. And we sitting up here struggling and stuff. And I'm like, what you mean you want to keep the house in the family? What family? Really? What family? Nobody's going to go down there and live in that house. If something happened to you and you see that your son is not responsible, oh, I'm telling you, when you have a family like this, the best thing to do, if you got any property or home, it's best to put it in writing on my demise, sell the house, and divide it among the kids. Bam, slam, thank you, bam. That way, because this is the kind of family that if we had if we was made to live in that house for 30 days to get the money, somebody probably would wind up dead. That's the kind of family we have. Because we grew up like that. My youngest sister, didn't nobody like my youngest sister because she was the spoiled little light-skinned brat. Okay. We used to call her Telltale because she would tell everything. One time I remember I found a little note she wrote telling on me. I know we all have those telltales. And she was the light skin. She was the lightest of us all. And of course, that does mean a lot. Because both my were from Mississippi. Okay. And they moved back down there after they retired, and I guess the excuse that I heard was, and a lot of people didn't like my father. That's why nobody really came to visit us too much because the other family members, my father at all, because he was mean. Uh, and after the excuse I heard was that my father wanted to, my mother had got some kind of, she had to get a heart pacemaker. And he figured that I wasn't even living in the town. I was living somewhere else. But he figured that the family was putting too much pressure on my mother. Like, what? That's a lie. Because nobody even came to visit them. The only time we got together was on holidays. So they moved down there to Mississippi, way down in Mississippi, damn near to Louisiana. And that's where they live. And I'm like, it's a dang on shame, my mother and father never got a chance to see a lot of their grandkids. Cause like I said, we wasn't that kind of family, so we didn't go down there visit them. I hadn't seen my mother and father for like 4 or 5 years before I moved down there, and I had to move back because it was too damn hot for me down there. And the reason why I moved down there, I ain't gonna talk about that. But it was a good reason. Somebody bought me a house because houses are cheap down there and all that other crazy stuff. But I was like, no, can't do it. And it was like moving to a whole nother country. The way they do things in the South is totally different what they do in the North. That's for sure. And then you got the heat on top of it. Oh hell no. I mean, I've lived in the South before. I lived in Tennessee for 9 years, but Tennessee was way better than it was in Mississippi. And plus, I lived close to Fort Campbell. So that's a whole nother thing, too, living by a military base. I met me a military, well, he was retired, and that's who my twin daddies is. Uh, Lost him in 2005. But I don't know what to do. They're going to have to do something because if one of us pass away, our kids are going to be left out because I know my family. They ain't going to divide the pot with my kids if they sell the house. We are like that. I wouldn't do it for their kids because I don't even know their kids. I don't even like their kids, and their kids don't like me. I'm facing facts. And that's what we need to start facing facts and stop listening to what people say and listen to what they do. I mean, look at what they do. Well, listen to what they do too. And it's the same way in a relationship. A man can tell you, a woman can tell you, I love you, but dude, what is he doing? I didn't see, well, in movies, while he's stabbing you to death, he's saying he loves you. I'm doing this because I love you. So forget that. That gets on my nerves, especially when a man tell you that, and he won't even take you to buy a sandwich. And I can't stand these men that want to come visit. Talking about, can I come over? But he knocking on your door with nothing in his hand. When did they start doing that? They need to stop. So like we need to start thinking about these conspiracies because they might not be conspiracies. Because I think we are dealing with people that was in Area 51. Because when I seen that dude, I'm like, this can't be real. Everybody that Trump has hired have uh, do some stuff that everybody hates, except the ones that don't, except the ones that are in the, and it kind of puts me in the mind of that Jim Jordan. No, Jim Jones, I mean. Excuse me. Jim Jones. He, he was having sex with kids. And I heard from somebody in Kentucky that was in the rural area and said that the hospitals are closing down. It's bad enough you have to go, because where my mother lived, they had to go like 40 minutes to a hospital. They had to go to a whole other town to go to a hospital. They had no ambulance services. The grocery store was like 4, 5 miles. Let me see, about 3 miles away. Didn't have no public transportation. And these people are okay with it. Are you serious? That's where you want to live and die? And I know darn well if they was living up here in the north, they would have lived longer. Because those hospitals down there, no telling who the doctors is. You got KKK everywhere. And I think they just kept my mother alive just to mute her insurance. I mean, she was on dialysis and she had to drive 45 minutes there and back for dialysis. And they okay with that? Them Trump supporters, they okay with that? As long as he's sticking it to those black folks and those immigrants, kill us. We don't care. Just kill them too. Are we sick and tired of these idiots disturbing us? We're just trying to live our life, build something for our kids to inherit, because we're only here for a moment. And our moments have to be filled with this garbage. We did it to ourselves. Listening to the disciples of distraction, the media, the entertainment business. What are we going to do about it? We're going to make the choice. We're going to make the choice. Start reading, writing, and stop buying all this cheap ass stuff. Start eating more healthier, because you know what they do in the food. I remember way back, this was like 30 something years ago. My uncle told me that he seen what they was doing to the chickens. They was actually had them in the chicken shed and would keep the light on. They would keep them woke, so they would just eat till they just bust. I mean, it's all kind of stuff. All these chicken joints. Everywhere you go, they're selling chickens. Where are all these chickens coming from? I haven't seen a chicken truck or a chicken. I don't even see no more Greyhound buses. Oh, stuff's just changing. I can understand now what my parents probably went through, seeing all this stuff change. Not for the better. Uh, you got all these fast food restaurants, all these chicken joints. Because when I was growing up, you had just a few chicken joints. You had Church's Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Uh, I'm sure they probably had a couple more. The fancy restaurants, you can go get chicken. But now, well, of course, McDonald's, I don't even know if they sold chicken sandwiches. But now, you got 5 or 6 chicken joints in one city block. And then they was talking about how these chicken sandwiches are made like a Chick-fil-A and stuff. Why do you need all these chemicals in a chicken sandwich? Now they have chicken nuggets. Now they have chicken fingers. And chicken just don't taste the same. I told my kids, I said, y'all would never know. Not unless you go to a farm. Some people do raise chickens, um, fresh chicken. But you still would never know good chicken, good food. They'll never know really a good movie unless they look at an old movie, which they're not gonna do. Oh boy. So what we have to do is just keep on. We have to find. I've been looking myself. I've been looking for somebody that I could tune into and get some good information and stuff, but without the chatter of what's going on in the news. It's amazing. I looked at this one video, and I realized all they got to do is just slap Trump's face on it or put Trump's name in it and get thousands of uh, views. And that's what they do. Just one Midas touch. They had this video. It was Trump and the tsunami that happened because Russia had an earthquake. I'm like, why? Why is these two together? What Trump got to do with the earthquake in Russia and the tsunami? And I noticed that too. If I put Trump in the headline, I would get more views. But I don't want to talk about him like that. Of course, you can't help but mention him sometimes because he's such a distraction. And I have seen some boy people are really emotional and really in their feelings. I just seen so many memes of calls for him to die. People are literally praying for his death. And it's so many people that hate that man. I've never seen nobody hate that bad. Why would anybody want to be hated like that? And it's not because you're doing something good, because I can't name one thing good that he's done. And like they say, that is not why they hired him. No, he cheated. There's no way in the world they reelected somebody. You don't hire somebody who's fired. And now they try to cheat, and they do it right in your face. And these people, these called Democrat politicians, are just as weak. They can't do nothing. They sit up there. We have to look at them getting beat up and talking about they are okay. The ones on the left is saying the ones on the right are protecting illegal immigrants. The ones on the left is calling the right protectors of pedophiles. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna end with the African American quotation. Integrity. We've lost that. We did have it once a while. It was something that we could point to. But now it's even getting hard to point to it. This is what Muhammad Ali said. I would die before I would sell out my people for the white man's money. And see, that's what's wrong with us black folks now. We don't have no black leaders that is standing up, taking the butt force of this our tyrannical regime government and sitting up there telling us the truth. Now we just left with rappers, sports people, and Shirley Chisholm. I'm a fighter. Nobody has ever bought me or bossed me. What happened to that? Okay, one more. Queen Mother Moore. Young people, do not compromise your principles for anyone. Are we telling our young people that? No. They don't have a Malcolm X. They don't have a Martin Luther King Jr. or a Jesse Jackson Jr. or Shirley Chisholm or Coretta Scott King. They don't have that. Don't let any college or institution turn you into a Negro. Always remember who you are and give back to the community. Ain't that something? Who are we? We're brand new and we need to act like that. We're different. We need to act like that. Thank you all for listening, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.